Alright. What up, YouTube? We got defending Russell Wilson. Let's see his case.
Everyone keep hating Russell Wilson. I saw this tweet and I just knew I had to make this video.
Drafted to the backup, wins the job, wins the Super Bowl, carried by the defense and run game. Total cornball drizzler as he's. That's tough.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, they could never make me hate you. Now, it may be the salty Seahawks fanboy in me saying this, but I am so convinced people choose what players they want to hate and like because of social media. I honestly have never been more sad in my life watching football besides February 1st, 2015, until I saw
Shoulda ran the ball.
Russell Wilson getting booed off the field.
So the crowd vents its frustration.
Oh my God, my Shayla.
This whole wash narrative is the dumbest thing ever. There are people that
No, it's not. He is washed. From Pittsburgh to the Broncos to the Giants. He had one good game with the Giants, and that's versus the Cowboys. Other than that, wash.
genuinely think that Russell Wilson does not deserve to be a Hall of Famer. What a dumb statement. The worst part is I don't
He definitely does. Listen. He definitely does deserve to be a Hall of Famer. For me, legend. He was on the Seahawks, and he was a very great, amazing quarterback for the Seahawks. But after the Seahawks, he was terrible. The Broncos, let's ride, terrible. Steelers, terrible. Giants, one good game, still terrible. Come on, let's not be a little.
even think Russell Wilson is bad right now at all. Like, are we forgetting about the game he just had against the Cowboys, where you got to see this moon ball, man? You got to see it still shine in this late of his career. Dude put up four.
This is just like saying like Tristan Thompson when he goes for like 40 points. It's still not bad. Tristan Thompson is still butt juice. Like, or what's his name? JaVale McGee. He is not. That's saying like he's not washed, but he has 2020 game. He's still washed. He just had a great game.
150 yards and 3 touchdowns. And guess what? The Giants defense still sold him the game. Russell is just a scapegoat for these people. He was a scapegoat for Sean Payton. Now he's a bigger scapegoat for Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll, you bald lunatic, you piss me off so much. How is he genuinely still the coach? This dude makes me so mad. Like, you had the nerve to be all angry Jackson Dart was subbed off to get checked for his injury. You're only angry because you know Jackson Dart is about to stave your stupid, dumb career, buddy. He is a bottom 5 coach in the league. I do not understand. Is about to stave your
Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo is like Jalen Brunson and Cat in New York on the Knicks. These two men right here.
dumb career, buddy. He is a bottom 5 coach in the league. I do not understand how they didn't fire him in the offseason. Anyways, let me go back to Russell Wilson. A Super Bowl champ in his second season, 10-time Pro Bowler, first QB in NFL history to start a career with 9 consecutive winning seasons, 5th highest career passer rating in the end.
Okay, but he's saying this from his prime. Right now, he is
NFL, and Russell Wilson has the best deep ball of all time. Do not at me. You will never see more beautiful moon balls placed in the receiver's hands with such accuracy. Russell Wilson is also probably the most clutch QB we will ever see. Are we forgetting his clutch moments that got the Seahawks to the Super Bowl? The defense with Malcolm Smith tipping that ball in the 2013 NFC Championship, yeah, for sure, 100%, that got them the win. But let us not forget the touchdown to Jermaine Kearse that shifted the entire tide of that game. Let's also not forget the greatest NFC Championship comeback ever, where it looked like Russell Wilson was the worst QB in the league. He was throwing 4 picks, he looked like Nathan Peterman. But guess what? He led them to an insane overtime victory with this banger of a throw.
Toward the end zone. It is Seattle's going to the Super Bowl.
What I'm talking about.
Jermaine Kearse.
Means something to me, man.
Just go back and watch his mic'd up moments in games where the Seahawks are down by a lot. This man has insane passion. It's a reason he said he wants to play until his mid-40s. This game you're seeing, by the way, the Seahawks were down 31-0 against the Panthers entering the second half. The Seahawks defense, they were getting cooked the whole game by MVP Cam Newton and that Panthers 15-1 team. But because of Russell Wilson's grit, he went on to pass 3 touchdowns, and this game ended up being a 1-score game once the clock hit 0. That's insane. The Seahawks were this close to defeating
This close is still a loss, by the way.
an insane Panthers offense. This game was a carry job by Russell Wilson's determination. Like, yes, Russell Wilson has had bad moments late in his career. All right, I'm not denying that. I'm not gonna act like an idiot, especially towards the end of the Steelers season and even his seasons with the Broncos. But this is nothing new for older players, yet people crucify him for it. Like, I think people just forget he also had amazing games with those teams. These are the same people in 2022 that would cry to you and tell you with a straight face, oh, but Zach Wilson, he's not that bad. He's just in a bad situation with the New York Jets. That's all. That's what it is. I genuinely cannot stand NFL Twitter. Last week, they were just saying Jackson Dart sucks because he lost to the Saints. And now they are glazing him like crazy. Recency bias is the biggest drug ever. They can't make up their mind. And like I said, this whole player is getting washed and their prime is over. Therefore, their career sucks now. This narrative is stupid.
Not, like,
Getting mad at
I feel like your career doesn't suck. Like, if you say like LeBron, say like, all right, so the 23 years he's been playing, if he had say like 4 years, like the last 4 years from like his 19th season to his 23rd season, if they were terrible, I don't think he would still be like a top 2, top 1 player ever all time. You know what I mean? But like the case of Russell Wilson, like, bro, I think how long was he on the Broncos for? Well, for however long he was on the Broncos for, till now, he's been bad. He had amazing seasons with the Seahawks. Don't get me wrong, but he's still now like not as good as he was before. He's not like garbage, but he's washed, unfortunately.
at players pushing 40 for not moving how they were when they were turning 4 makes no sense. You can't even move, man. You can't move out that couch. It's a reason we look at once-in-a-lifetime athletes like Brady and LeBron and say, yeah, these are the greatest players in their sport, especially because of their longevity. That's insane to reach. This shouldn't be the standard. This is just something we can appreciate because it never happens, especially considering how different the game is from the start of their careers towards the end. I have never seen a Super Bowl winning QB get this much hate. Nobody has disrespected other players past their prime like this. They got respected and their legacy lives on. The only time they got called wash was by their own fans, all right? Nobody hates their players more than their fans. But the whole world hates Russell Wilson. Even Richard Sherman, this jealous snake, will talk down on his own teammate, but glaze the Niners any chance he gets. And also, Tony Gonzalez, screw you, man. Screw you. This picture should also tell you everything you need to know about how dumb this
Matthew Stafford, Eli Manning. Okay. Dang, 60,000 yards is crazy. Hmm. I ain't. Oh. Okay. Dang. 244 interceptions. But Eli probably played longer, I'm pretty sure. 1,000. Yeah, for me, like I said, he's not a bad player. Just now he is.
disrespected.
He's a wash
And when you look at this, it also just tells you how much Russell was able to polish what it meant to be a mobile quarterback in his era of elite QBs. His playstyle was a perfect, balanced mixture to the dual threat archetype that was able to run and create time to throw, especially with the trash O-line he had in some seasons, all right? He wasn't just somebody that would try and run and get yards. This man was an escape artist. Russell Wilson is better than Eli Manning, better than Phillip Rivers, better than Big Ben, better than Matt Ryan, and yes, better than Matthew Stafford. And I already know the recency bias addicts are going to lose their mind. But Russell Wilson's prime is miles ahead of Matt Stafford's prime. It's not even close.
Right.
Matt Stafford only beats him in longevity. That's it. I already know people are going to pull the, oh, Russell Wilson, he got carried by the Legion of Boom. This is the most low-level take ever. It's no doubt the Seahawks had such a successful run in that era because of the defense. That's obvious. A defense, you could argue, between the 1985 Chicago Bears and the 2000 Ravens defense, you could argue that these were the greatest defenses in the NFL ever. It is 100% the biggest reason they went back-to-back in Super Bowl appearances. No doubt. But if you think they win a Super Bowl without Russell Wilson at the quarterback, you're ridiculous. You are crazy. Because like I mentioned, Russell Wilson, he showed up in the biggest 2 games of his life. Seattle's defense had its downfall start in 2017, and it got significantly worse and was so hard to watch as a Seahawks fan from 2018 to 2020. Yet in 2017 to the 2020 season, those were probably the best seasons in his career. And you would think that that would shut down the stupid "his defense carried his career" statements. But no, it hasn't seemed to. Let's also not forget that Russell Wilson was able to show the league how good unknown receivers were. Doug Baldwin and Jermaine Kearse, both undrafted receivers, but they were some of the most underrated receivers of the 2010s. And without Russell Wilson utilizing them, no one would be able to know or see how good they were. Let's not forget in 2014, yes, the same year they went back to the Super Bowl, Russell Wilson's 3rd leading receiver was Marshawn Lynch.
Okay, before we even continue, the coach of the Seahawks, when they were going against the Patriots on the 1-yard line, there is no way decided to make them pass. Like, yo, that's terrible coaching. Yo, if I was like the, what is it called, like leader or whatever of that franchise, bro, I'm literally firing that coach. Like, I'm literally replacing him, bro. Because there's no way you say run the ball. What? Bro, you have Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, at the 1-yard line. You just have to pass? Like, foolish.
A running back. Russell Wilson could literally work with anything. With that being said, let's take a listen to Michael Bennett.
But if you think about what he's done on the field as a player, he's won. You think about what he's done off the field, he's won. He's been NFL Man of the Year. He's been charitable. If we did that for everybody, every player, that means that Russell Westbrook isn't a Hall of Famer. Anybody that has Carmelo Anthony his last 2 years, or
shout out Michael Bennett. What a G. But he said it best, applying this logic that someone isn't a Hall of Famer because the last couple of years they went from being superstars to mediocre players. It has to be applied everywhere. And when you do that, it just doesn't make sense. It's okay to admit that, yeah, these players are nowhere near their prime anymore. But to diminish their career as a whole, that is so foolish. I really hope that this trend dies out. And, you know, Russell Wilson, he ends up being looked at as a great QB. Looking down on players that are willing to put pride aside for the love of the game and continue to play the sport they
Bro, Russell Westbrook is with the Sacramento Kings, man.
Love, giving it their all. To me, that's admiring. All right. Of course, money is a factor. I won't act oblivious to that. But it's cool to me. So that's all I got. All right. Please respect Russell Wilson. Seriously. I'm sorry for no Madden Superstar Series video for those of you waiting. All right. It'll come out tomorrow. See.
All right, y'all. Excuse that. Oh, man. My boy Flay reacts. Man, yo, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Keep God in your life at all times. And, man, unfortunately, Russell Wilson is washed. But for me, don't let what happens now forget who we were in the past, man. I mean, people could change things. He can be better, man. Definitely can be better. But then, as you already know, Mally TV is unfortunately gone.